Hi everybody, Iron Dog 63 here. I'm going to do a slow cooker or crock pot roast beef. Here I have a 2-pound roast beef. I just pulled it out of the freezer, so it is kind of froze, but we're going to work with it anyways. Okay, here I have a teaspoon and a half of minced onions, a teaspoon and a half of onion powder, a teaspoon and a half of garlic powder, a teaspoon and a half of pepper, a half a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of rosemary and crushed rosemary, and a teaspoon of basil. It's all going to go into the pot. Now I have that Goya. I'm only going to put one package in it for right now. I'm not going to put any beef bouillon in here or beef broth in here. I'm going to let it make its own. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it yet. Beef and noodles, I have no idea. I'm going to put a bay leaf in there. Bay leaf, they don't add no flavor to anything. The only thing a bay leaf does is it breaks down the fat and releases its flavor. Some water. I'm only going to add about that much, about 3/4 of a crock pot full of water. I'm going to put it on high. I'm going to cook it for a couple hours, and then I'm going to check it. By then, roast beef will be pliable enough that it'll sit down underneath the broth. But whatever it's going to be delicious. I can guarantee that. Alright, this has been cooking for about, it's 11:30. Been cooking for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Starting to look really good. It does fit in there now. So, it is all the way thawed. Smells really good in here. All the rosemary and the basil and stuff. The bay leaf is working. It's getting that fat to break down, giving it a good flavor. I'm poking some holes in here, letting some of this broth get it injected into the meat. You can see that it's cooking really well. I just unplugged it to show it to you. But back in. I get out a piece, and I've sliced it up. Look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? Look at that. Nice and tender. And it is delicious. Got a good flavor to it. I'm going to have beef and noodles with it. That's what's going to be made with it. I'm going to let it cook for a little more. And then I'm going to pull the beef out, stick the noodles in, shred the beef up, and put the meat back in. I sliced it up. That way it cooks better. It gets a better flavor in it, and it'll be more tender. Here's part of the meat that we're going to make into beef and noodles. I'm shredding this up. So when it goes back in for the beef and noodles, it'll be shredded up. This is just part of it. I'm just going to show you shredding a little bit because I don't want to take too much time shredding on video. But smells good, looks good, tastes good. You guys don't know what you're missing. This was a 2-pound roast. I cooked it for about 5 hours. After about 2.5 hours, I went in and trimmed all the fat off it. This had plenty of marbleization inside, which meant it's going to have flavor. Now, I just put one package of noodles in here. It's a 1-pound package. I'm going to bring it up to a boil, and then I'll put the meat in. Well, I'll probably just put the meat in now, stir it in, and let it come up to a boil. It'll cook. And once it's done, we're going to have dinner. stir in a little bit of a thyme. That way it gets all the way through it. It's going to have a lot of meat on it. And it's going to be delicious. Here is that beef and noodles. Crockpot beef and noodles. That's what the title of the video is. It's Crockpot beef and noodles. Doesn't that look delicious? I'm telling you, it is. It's really good. Kathy's eating hers right now. Gretchen, she's here. She's having some. I put the noodles in. I let them cook for about 15 minutes in the crock pot. They didn't necessarily boil, but the broth was hot. They are completely cooked. I'm having these tonight for dinner. And if you were following along, I made biscuits also. So I'm going to have biscuits tonight with dinner. Those are drop biscuits, so hillbilly biscuits, whatever you want to say. This is Iron Dog 63 saying, if you're a subscriber, thank you for being a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, please like and subscribe. It really does help. And as always, God bless and have a great day. Hashtag I am somebody. Hashtag looking lovely as ever. Prayers and peace to y'all. Have a blessed day. Thanks for watching.